Good morning, my friends. Welcome back for another Deal It Up challenge. It is the 101st episode, which I find quite amazing. So I have done a little count up. I'm just going to ink around this while I have a wee chat to you. Done a wee count up to see how long we're going to be doing these faux playing cards. We have 5 left to draw, and then the 6th card will be the Joker to finish up on. So that's the faux playing cards. So that doesn't mean that the challenge is going to end. No, the Deal It Up challenge will still keep going, although it may take a little break. So to do the remaining 5 cards plus the Joker, that's 6 weeks. Does it include this week? I can't remember. But basically it takes us up to, I think, the 2nd week of December. So I'm kind of unsure at the moment whether I take a complete break from the Deal It Up challenge before Christmas in like that week or two, because we will be away on holiday as well, or whether I'll do just a generic, like, you know, like we started with, pull the cards and make whatever the cards tell us to make. That sounds very ooky spooky, doesn't it? But you know what I mean. So bear with me. All that to say, yeah, I don't know. We shall see. We've still got a few weeks to go, haven't we? So we can work that out as we go along. And I'm sitting here with frozen fingers. I've got my cuppa here of hazelnut latte just to warm my hands up more than warm my body, but that too. Okay, let's get into pulling the prompts. So, I mean, it seems so ridiculous shuffling 5 cards. Like, how do you even shuffle 5 cards? And it's going to get harder, isn't it? Now, obviously, when we get down to 1, there'll be no shuffling. No shuffling, because there's nothing to shuffle. Right, that's as good as I can get it. So, let's just take the top one. And I might do a reveal at the end once I've pulled all the cards. So we've got the faux playing card. This is the alternate make. So if you don't want to join us in making a faux playing card, you could make whatever this card is going to be. And then the remaining 3 are the creative or style prompts. Okay, pull that one out. So I hope you all had a good weekend, my friends. Got up to something fun. Tell me all about it. I'd love to hear of your antics or of, you know, of your relaxing weekend. Hopefully it was a good one, whichever way you went, whether you were full of activity or taking it easy. We had quite a low-key weekend. The local AMP show was on Saturday, and I had really hoped to get to it after several years of not being able to. I just, on the day, did not feel up to going. Friday I was feeling a bit off. I was out, and I was kind of spacey, heady, not dizzy, but weird. Hard to describe. Just wasn't feeling that great. And Saturday I was just overwhelmingly tired. So I think it was pretty much everything just had, you know, piled on top of each other, and my body got to the point where it says, no, you can't, no. So we didn't. Hubby did quite a bit of housework, which was, he's so amazing. He's so good to me. He vacuumed, he did all the, you know, the pots and stuff that was stacked up on the bench. He took care of the recycling. We did have to go out and do a food parcel, an emergency food parcel on Saturday. So we did do that. We did take a little trip down to the beach and had a walk along the beach. And where have I put it? I'll show you. I picked up just little fragments of shells. So I brought them home, put them in a little bag, and that's going in my journal to mark Saturday. I haven't, at this point in time, haven't even made my journal for November, so I'm a bit behind, but that's okay. That's quite all right. We will get there. So apart from those few things, hubby also did washing you know, he just did so much, and I sat here and I yawned and I crafted. I did do some crafting, just low-key, easy peasy, as I felt like it. Played a bit of some games. Yeah, that was pretty much my Saturday, and Sunday was just super relaxed. Very, very relaxed. Bit more crafting, TV. Yeah, we even skipped church this week because we just felt we needed a break from busyness. Okay, let's do the reveal. So, the 8 of Spades. I love this card. This is my friend here, and she designed the shirts that she's holding. And it was her birthday on Saturday. A rectangle pocket is the alternate make. I need to redo that because you probably can't even read that purple Sharpie pen. It's fading a bit, I think. Neutral is our colour palette. Scrapbook paper to include. So you could use neutral scrapbook paper, or you could use a contrasting, bright, whatever. Just incorporating scrapbook paper in some way. And finally, pick a letter between P and Z, or Z, depending which way you pronounce it, and use an image of something or an element of something beginning with that letter that you chose. I'm not sure what I'm going to choose, but let's start off, as always. This is kind of like my soft jump into this challenge, is to just kind of settle in, do the stenciling, do the stamping, give my brain a little moment to think about things and how I want to approach it. So I've chosen this like honeycomb style stencil and aged mahogany. Not your usual sort of honeycomb colour, is it? And I don't want to go super heavy because this ink can be quite dark. Just want to give it some patches here and there. I think just super pretty stencil. Always looks really cool. So I'm not worried about lining up the stencil or anything. If it overlaps, so be it. Oh, I think that's really pretty. I'm also wondering, do I want to go over with another colour? I didn't prepare anything. We could just go vintage photo, I guess. That's probably not a bad pairing. Let's add a little bit. And this time I deliberately want to overlap to get a bit of depth happening. And again, I don't want to go super dark because it is the writing side after all. Now what's happening is my brush is picking up some of the red, so it's giving it a, it's not pure vintage photo, which is actually quite lovely. Giving the brown a reddy kind of tone. Oh, I love that. I think that's looking so pretty. Well, I've ended up with this line kind of through the middle, so let's just add something in there to break up that line, and maybe a little bit down here. That's better. Now it's not so obvious like a diagonal blank line, because that was really bugging me. Okay, stencil aside, paper aside. Now stamping. So black ink today for the black suit. About the 8. Ooh, that didn't come out that well. Can I try and get it? Yeah, cool, that worked. It could have gone horribly wrong, but it didn't, so that's good. Let's pay a little more attention to this one. Let's see if we can get it first application, and we did. And I've ended up with a little ink on the corner of my block. So let's just clean that up. Right, 8 is done. Let's put it away. These stamps aren't staying on their plastic sheet anymore. It's getting a little bit annoying. It's not too bad, it could be worse, but I'm worried I'm going to lose something. Right, and I need the spade. Ink it up nicely. That's better. Just beside, I think. Keep it nice and simple. Oh, that one didn't. Do I want to try and get that again? Again, risking fate. But we did it. Isn't that the benefit of the clear blocks, the acrylic blocks, is you can sometimes restamp in the same place without making a complete and utter mess. And sometimes you still do make a mess. Just depends. Right, put those away so I don't lose one of those. Should be a set of 4, but it's now only a set of 3. Very, very sad. Okie dokie, so we've finished with that. Let's flip it over. If you're new to this challenge, I am using cat food box that I've cut apart as my base. We sip in my latte here, just a moment. I'm going to put that 8 of spades up and I'm going to put the pocket prompt up for now. I'm not sure if I'll do it or not. And let's concentrate on these 3 prompts here. So neutral, my go-to is always book page. It doesn't have to be, but that's my personal go-to. So I have a bit of this beautiful old paper here, very crunchy, very fragile. Maybe some music. This is very beat up. And then just a bit of this other old book. Oops. It's probably all we need is 3 different bits. Really love this book page. Right. Tear off that page. Let's get organized here. Grab this bit and some glue stick. Now that this doesn't always stick well with glue stick because it's kind of textured, it's quite rough. It's cheap paper. When it was produced, the book was produced, it was very cheaply done, and sometimes I've found it doesn't like the glue stick just around the edges. It tends to lift up a bit, so I might have to go in with a little bit of tacky glue, but we'll face that if we need to. Oops, that bit just tore off, so we'll get rid of it. Like I said, it's quite fragile paper. Just going to come in here and give it a good press down from this side. Less risk of damaging the paper this way, like I already have torn a bit off. Right. This has had, looks like a circle cut out of it. Ooh, yeah, no, don't really want that piece of text there. That was not nice. Not polite, PG rated description that was, so just get rid of it. I could have just as easily left it and covered it over, but just in case I missed it or forgot, just remove it since I saw it. I could have also flipped the page over and checked the other side, but it kind of wouldn't have been the way I wanted it, facing the right way. The jagged edge would have been the bit that got cut off. Right, so that's there, and we're going to have this interesting V to kind of work out. It's just, whoops, yeah, this was in the bottom of my bin and had got so munched. I'm just going to... This is old paper as well. In fact, it's a lot older than this paper. And it's very thin. Kind of like that, actually. Just... Oops, I've got a hole. Oh, it's just folded back, so we can perhaps still get away with that. I like that really weird shape. I think that's quite fun. I'm going to flip over my glue page, and I was very careful there because the image on the back of this page is, I think, potentially quite distressing for some, and not a nice subject. Historical, yes, but I think not a subject we need to delve into in a nice, easy breezy, deal it up challenge. So I was just being a bit careful there. I'm not going to elaborate because it's unnecessary. Right. So that hole there, whoops, I did. That's fine. It's actually over top of the other book page, so even though I forgot to take care around the hole, it is actually still covering the background, the red background. So all is good. Right, now a quick little trim up around the edge. I have not yet thought of what letter I'm going to go with. And probably what I will do is look for something that fits within that range and then go, well, that starts with whatever letter, so I can use that, and that's what I want to use, rather than picking the letter and then trying to find what I want to use. So you can do it either way, whatever suits. Depends on the level of challenge you want to give yourself. If you want a bigger challenge, then by all means pick a letter and then try and find something that begins with it that you actually want to use on your card. So I think I'm just going to throw out that scrap. I could keep it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be a rebel. Rebel without a clue. Okay, so let's ink around this. Need some scrapbook paper. Do I have any scraps nearby? That is a very good question. Scrapbook paper doesn't necessarily need to be a 12 by 12 piece. It might be a 6 by 6 piece of scrapbook paper, or an 8 by 8, or, you know, and when I'm saying the sizes, I mean like a scrap of that. It doesn't have to be from a 12 by 12 sheet, because those other sizes are scrapbook paper as well, just in a more convenient size. Right. Okay. So the vintage photo definitely works with the neutral. I'm kind of thinking, do I want a nice bright kind of contrasty scrapbook paper? I mean, if this is a bit of scrapbook paper, but it's rather boring for this anyway. I just think I find it uninspiring right now, so I'm rejecting it. This is a bit of scrapbook paper. I'm not feeling it either. I love grid, but this I'm like, no, not speaking to me. Sorry if I'm going up and down in cyan too, because I was turned away, speaking to you while I was turned away, so probably not helpful. This is pretty. It would be something beginning with P to Z, teapot. That would be a bit easy though, wouldn't it? I'm liking it though. What can we do? I'm liking this, like the two teapots and the teacup. I quite like the tea caddy and the teacup and the teapot as well, actually, because that tells more of a story. Although I would have preferred the teapot to be different order, but that's just me being really persnickety. So I'm going to cut it down there, I think. Do I go with the teapots and the teacup or this one? I think this one. Just going to check this other side. I'm not convinced it's straight. Oh, we're going to lose the teapot handle. Can we take it over a little bit? It was slightly off. Oops, here's my bit of paper gone. There it is. It's full of static. It was sticking to the plastic. Okay, and do we need to take some off the bottom? I might just take a smidge. Just a smidge. Right. Come here. Trouble picking it up. So I think I'm going to make this my something beginning with the letter T. So tea caddy, teacup and teapot. So we've got 3 things. We can do something, which side do I like it on? Not sure yet. And then use this perhaps as the scrapbook paper. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just randomly tearing and going to see what it looks like and what I can do. Do I want to put another bit, maybe? Kind of like a frame or a border, but doesn't go all the way round. Kind of create a semi-symmetrical feel. I think I want to ink around these too. Oops, sorry about that squeak. It's my ink being pulled across the desk with my brush here. Made a bit of a sort of fingernails down the blackboard sound, didn't it? Not very pleasant. So I do apologise if that sends your spine a tingling like it does mine. Certain sounds just make your teeth grit, don't they? Which in itself is not a very nice sensation when your teeth clench or grind against each other. It's I don't like that feeling when I discover, especially when I'm sleeping, I might wake up and go, oh my gosh, I'm clenching my teeth together awfully, and kind of the point where you have sore teeth because of the pressure while you're sleeping. I wonder if that's like when you're dreaming or something that happens. Don't know. I've never really thought about it. Is that gonna... Yeah, I think that will work. Just going to use tacky glue on these because I've covered my glue pages in scraps. Usual story. Where am I going to put these? Oh, just there. And on the very thing that I will probably want to pick up and use in the next 5 minutes. I'm constantly doing that. Right, so you are going about there. So this is our scrapbook paper. And I was quite glad I found a few scraps, a few options without too much effort. Right, and you are going kind of about there. Right, do I want to round the corners on this? I might do. Because the card has rounded corners, I'm thinking, as my kind of theory. just tip the corners off into the rubbish. Nice and easy. Right, now some ink. Quite often I'll incorporate the pocket. If the alternate makers like a pocket, I'll quite often incorporate it onto my card. But I didn't feel like doing that today. I just wanted to do the card itself. But you can certainly do that. You can certainly include your pocket on your card. Combine the two prompts. Not a problem there. Any of these prompts, it's entirely up to you how you interpret them. You can take them literally, you can get a bit creative with how you interpret them. Whatever speaks to you or whatever you consider aligning with that prompt. No one will say you're wrong or you're right. It's just your interpretation. So don't get too concerned about whether it's correct, because there's no correct, there's no wrong. It's just some fun, some creative fun. Right, whoops, probably up a bit, about there I think. And I feel like it needs a word like across here, or maybe a phrase. Is that too long? Never forget this. Probably a bit deep because it covers over too much, but I think it would actually be quite good. So let's trim it up. Can I cut straight? That is the question on everyone's lips. Can we cut straight? We're going to try. On a lovely coffee dyed bit of paper. Straight enough. That will do. Or do we want it up there? I think it fits better up there actually. It does, like only, oh, it does actually take off the tip of the teapot lid and the bottom of the saucer there, whereas here it's clear of both things. So I think we'll go there. I mean, I could split it and have it like, but no, I'm just going to put it there. So let's ink it around. Maybe, or maybe we'll ink around it instead. Which do you think will work better? Oh, don't mind me, people. I'm just a total loon. I'm still tired. Of course, this is Sunday afternoon as I'm recording, and I'm a bit miffed, shall we say. My computer died again on Saturday morning. It was running great, and then Saturday morning I was working on my Patreon printables, and then hubby called me and said it's breakfast time, so I saved what I was doing, fortunately, so when I do get it fixed I'll still have what I was working on. So I saved and went to have breakfast, went back after breakfast to continue working, and my computer would not boot up. So it's just so frustrating. I think something different to last time. Last time it was triggered by an update when it crashed it. This time I don't think it did an update, so I'm at a loss as to what caused it. But it's really like, it's how many, like 3 weeks at the most since I last got it fixed. I think there's something systemic going wrong, and I need it sorted because I am without a computer at all again. So if you're waiting on my newsletter, wondering where it is, I cannot do it right now because my computer's down. I can't do the Patreon printables. I can't do a freebie that I was wanting to do freebie for. My digital kit that I'm working on, that's like 75% done. I can't do anything on. It's just so frustrating. So I'm a little miffed. Yeah, there's stronger language I could use, but let's just say miffed. Okay, do I want to add anything else? I'm kind of, I do. I want to play a little bit, maybe dress it up with some stamping. I feel like it's a bit vanilla, a bit, I don't know, it just needs something. And please know, I do like vanilla. Vanilla is a great flavour, but you know what I mean, it's kind of not popping. I want it to pop. So what do we want? Could do some text maybe, some dots. I really don't know what I want, so just bear with me as I have a little play. Let's see what we can do with that. It might just need some simple like texture stamps, so we'll try the text first. So really lovely fine text on this one. Put down our paper again. Do I want it in black? I think I want it something a little more subtle. And it's probably that one. So do I want to go ganache or ground espresso? I think I might go ganache. It's probably not a lot of difference, and they're both quite dark. So probably not a lot of difference in terms of the intensity of them. They probably look, you know, quite close to being black actually, but they're not. They're just that little bit softer than a black. And I'm not pressing really hard. I'm just letting it kind of be a softer impression. Oops, I left a big gap there. That's okay. I think I am actually making it more busy, which is not necessarily what I was trying to achieve. Let's just clean that stays on off my stamp here as best as I can. Yep, nothing else coming off, that's good. Okay. And let's do some dots. Why not? We've already made it busy, let's make it busier. There's got to be some logic to that, doesn't there? Somehow, some way. I think maybe this time a much lighter ink. If I can find it. Oh, where are you? Ah, here we go. Coffee is what I wanted. Let's see if we can kind of fill that gap there a little bit. Yep. Cool. Am I happy with it? It's not my best one. I have to say it's not my favourite. But it's fine. Like there's nothing wrong with it. So we have neutral, we have scrapbook paper, and we have something beginning with, in my case, T. So something starting with a letter between P and Z. Okay. Done. I'm calling that done. And rectangle pocket. Shall we do that? How are we going on time? We have time. Let's do the rectangle pocket. Now I need a base, so let's use one of my old glue pages here. Do a good base, and I just want to trim up this edge. Okay. So this is already neutral. So I'm thinking we don't need to cover the whole thing. What I might do is use scrapbook paper first. I'm coming back to this scrap again. It's not really big enough though. A little bit of scrapbook paper. Not big enough. Okay, let's grab out my pad here. Very limited choices. There's a lot missing out of this now, so getting very low. What's speed? I'm quite liking these stripes actually. Something a little different. So we're going to create a scrap. Oops, sorry about all the clonking. Right. I'm going to take just a piece off first. And I'm going to just go there for whatever reason. It's a little bit deep, but that's okay because we're going to just kind of, is that wide enough? Yep. Go about, is that straight? It's gonna do. Right, just like looking at the text going which side. I think we'll go this side. Also it's got more text on this side, which I think is nice. So our base is neutral, so I'm using that as my neutral element, just the base. Okay, let's glue this on. This is going to be my scrapbook paper part. Now the something beginning with a letter between P and Z. Well, I could go with our teapots, but that feels a bit cheaty to me. Does it feel a bit cheaty to you? I mean, it would certainly be valid. You could do that. I could do that. But I'm feeling like I should stretch myself a little bit further and see what else I can come up with. Need to bring that down a bit. Oh, it's still a bit tall. Okay, let's just take that pointy bit off then. There we go. Now it's fine. Now I do want a thumb notch just to show that this is a pocket. Oops, make sure that sticks down. Let's just take a little half circle out to there. Looks about middle-ish. Okay, let's ink around it. I'm wondering whether I use a stamp an image for the letter prompt. I'm still not sure what it would be though. I can't think of anything in my... I'm sure I've got stuff, but I can't think any stamps I have that are like jumping to my mind for one of those letters. All that's coming to my mind is zebra. I do not have a zebra stamp. I know that for sure. And if I did, it's probably not behind me on where my stamps are, or where my most used stamps are. Let's say that. Okay, I'm thinking about a bit more neutral. Where have I put it? Where have I put it, friends? Well, I can't find it, so let's just grab out a different one. Don't know what I put, where I put that other bit of sheet music. I like that, so I'm going to go with that. I was kind of thinking, do I ink around it? I don't think so. I'm just going to glue it on. I'm kind of thinking something up here, you know, a focal image that kind of comes up like this or up like this. Still don't know what that's going to be yet. I'm going to have another sip of my latte, I think. Oh, it's getting cold. Bird does not start with B. No, I mean, what am I saying? Of course it starts with a B, you dilly. My goodness, what I mean is bird does not start with a letter between P and Z, unless I had like a pelican or something. Oh, I have an idea. Let me put my latte down. No, not that container. I need to label these containers. Now these are printables from my friend Lydia over at February and June. These are from her Patreon. And there's things in here, if I've got any left, that would fit the bill. Oh look, that would be cool, but it's too big. Strawberry would fit the letter prompt. This is what I'm thinking. It's a wee snail, but there are different sizes. Have I got one of the bigger sizes left? I may have used, oops, I'm dropping bits. I may have used the larger snails. So beautiful, beautiful printables. Hopefully you're getting a bit of a feel for some of these. These are all quite old ones now. She does beautiful printables. If you're keen on supporting, oh, here's a snail with a banner. It could be quite fun. It's a lovely, I think that's actually a cup of soup. Mug of soup. Soup would also work, but It's not what I was kind of going for. Lantern. Well, that doesn't come into the range. Here's a lovely teapot. We could go teapot again, or this teapot. It's another lantern. Some flowers. Some cute rabbits would work too. So we've got, they're all a bit curly because of the way I'm storing them. Cute little bunnies. Are they a little bit tall? I think she works well with the colours and the stripes. I think she's so sweet. Any of these would be quite cute, wouldn't they? Some of them are just a little bit taller than others. Like he would work. And there's a bit of that green in the stripes. Don't think he doesn't stand out as much. I don't think the purple, no, purple's the wrong one. Blue's not the right one either. That one would be okay, but you know, that blue's not okay. So we are down to, not going to go with teapot. We've already done the tea, so let's discard that one. I think the snail's too small. I must have used the bigger versions. This is cute, but again I think it's just a bit small. It's long enough, like it covers territory that way, but I want something going up. So right, we're narrowing down options. I do think she fits very nicely, but I also like these two. I think this one's a little bit taller, so we'll put that one back in the container. I mean, we could use both. They could be a couple, or brother and sister or something. They're so adorable, Lydia. I love them. They're so cute. I love the little bow in the hair. I think I only want one though. Which side do I want it on? And which bunny do I want? I think that one there. Okay, decision made. Gosh, that took a moment, didn't it? Thanks for bearing with me while I auditioned and made up my mind. Okay, I'm going to try using glue stick carefully so I don't gouge it out. I don't think she needs distressing around. I'm not going to dirty her up at all. I think she's just adorable as is. Whoops, leaving clumps of glue now. Oops. Make sure I don't have to chop her ears off. I would not like to chop her ears off. It's a bit different to a haircut, isn't it? Chopping a bunny's ears off. Not so nice. Oh, isn't that adorable? Now I feel like I need a word or something over here. Words. Had to find where I put them. Ooh, what about this? You're one of a kind. It's kind of in the right colour. Stamped in red. Can I tear those edges carefully? This one's going to be the problem. There's not a lot of room there. There we go. Oh, yes, I like that. Oh, let's just throw that objectional page away, shall we? Get it out of our eyesight. Dropping things. And this is on a like butcher paper, so it fits in the neutral as well. I think that is so cute. That's really adorable. I love how that turned out. It even would fit our card in. Okay, so prompts today. We had the 8 of spades for our faux playing card. So did that. Rectangle pocket is the alternate make, so I've done both today. And we needed to use scrapbook paper, so we've done that. Neutral, we've done that, and something beginning with a letter between P and Z. So on this one we've got R for rabbit, not B for bunny, no, it's R for rabbit. And on this one we've got T for our tea caddy, teacup and teapot. So there we have it. That's this week's Deal It Up Challenge, number 101 in the series. Amazing. Thanks for joining me, my friends. If you'd like to participate, I would love to have you play along. And if you do post your images on social media, then please feel free to tag me in it, or use the hashtag Deal It Up Challenge, because I would absolutely love to see what you do. Thanks so much again, and I will be back again tomorrow. Tomorrow is my collaboration video with Rach and Bella Crafts for Christmas Craft Off 24. You don't want to miss that, guys. 60 YouTube channels creating Christmas things, all for the month of November. So hop along, check that out, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.